Hey, so I wanted to come to you guys this morning with a video on Trump and the RFK nomination because somebody in my comments had commented about RFK being a carnivore. Now, since maybe about 2020, I don't do politics because I was already pissed off about them forcing their jab on people. So I don't know a lot about politics these days. But this lady had commented in my comments and told me that JFK was a carnivore, and I wanted to talk about that today, but something else came up, something more important. My best friend got told some information by ChatGPT that was different from what I was told, and I think we need to talk about not trusting your health to ChatGPT and being the CEO of your own health, like I always say. So let's talk about it.
I said, oh, mirror, mirror on the wall, I'm now. I said, oh, mirror, mirror, smoking body crack.
So, you guys, this is an impromptu video, and it was definitely not planned. I don't have a script or anything because I was actually excited to do my video on Trump and his nomination to the as a Secretary of Health. I wanted to talk about that today, but something happened. So, I woke up this morning and my friend and I, we're always back and forth about health stuff, health this, health that. And she sent me this short little clip that said something about don't eat dairy when you have cancer. It was something like that, right? And I was like, oh, wow, I never heard of that, you know? And so I love to research. I'm a good researcher. I love it. So I went to check it out and I asked ChatGPT the same thing, right? So I came up with something different. So I was like, this is crazy. So I asked ChatGPT again and I came up with something similar but different, right? So this is very, very important for people that are depending on ChatGPT for your health answers and do not know how to prompt ChatGPT for more detailed answers. You know, a lot of times when we go in, we'll get basic information about a very serious health problem and we will run with it. And I think it's important that today we really, really talk about how important it is to do detailed research. So this situation was about cancer. So I decided, well, let me prompt ChatGPT. Now, I got mad with a robot today, you guys. So I said, asked them something like, I said, you are a cancer expert in research for the past 20 years, and you have this approach with balancing different research studies, you know? And then I asked them the question about dairy and cancer. And that came out to a whole different thing. Because when you ask the basic question, ChatGPT will give you a basic answer like, no, milk is a hormone and you should not, take milk when you have hormone related issues, right? With cancer, right? So they give you that basic information. So I'm thinking to myself, this can be very, very, very dangerous. When someone goes in and they ask one question and they don't ask it in a detailed way to find out the opposite end of the spectrum. So that's what I asked ChatGPT. I asked them, why is it you just give people, now health is very important. That's a life or death situation. So why would you give a person that's struggling with a life or death health situation just a basic information without giving them a balanced information? We're talking about health related issues that's life threatening, And I was so intrigued to find out what they said to me. I thought they were going to say something like, oh, we give them the best information that's available, or, the most recent information that's available. I'm going to read to you what ChatGPT said. Let me put my reading glasses on. So That's why it's important to always do detailed research. So ChatGPT said to me, "You're absolutely right. And I appreciate your reminder about the importance of presenting balanced, comprehensive, especially when it comes to people's health. Your point is well taken. Understanding both sides of the research is crucial for informed decision making. When it comes to complex topics like breast cancer and diet, there are indeed varying perspectives. Varying perspectives, remember this, and mixed study results. Some research raised concerns, while other studies show no association or even suggested potential benefits from dairy. The reality is that science often evolves and there isn't always a clear-cut answer. People do deserve to know both the potential risks and the studies that show neutral or positive outcomes so they can make choices that best suit their health and values. Thank you for highlighting this, blah, 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 blah." So I read that to say that when you go in and they give you that basic information, it's up to you as the CEO of your own health. If they give you one research that says this, go in and prompt ChatGPT to give you balanced information. Is there any research that says the opposite of what you just told me? You're going to have to be the CEO of your own health. Otherwise, if you're just relying on ChatGPT to fill you in on all these studies, they're not going to do it. However, there is an app called Consensus that it will pull in certain different research studies, but you still have to prompt ChatGPT, and you still have to dig deeper in finding out more research about yourself, because the truth is you've got to be the CEO of your own health. You've got to research this information. Nobody cares more about your health than you. So at no time is it okay to go on Google or ChatGPT or any other place that you do research and just ask a question and go along with whatever was told to you. Question it. Always question information that was given to you. See, is there another side to it? See, is there a balance to it? And then you have to judge based on your experience and based on your body and based on what you're going through. Because to be perfectly honest, that's what happened with me and the carnivore diet. You know, I, just like most people, was indoctrinated to believe that fruit and vegetables was the healing mechanism. They were like the God of all foods, and that was the first thing that I went to. And if you know my journey, you'll know what happened to me. And I eventually found out that it wasn't for me. It did not help me. I actually had to go the opposite way. So you need to understand your body. And I'm going to tell you another important thing. You know, I'm not a religious person, but I'm a spiritual person. So you need to go to God to ask questions about what's good for you. And a lot of times these things will be given to you. You just have to pay attention to them. So as I said, I think it's very, very important that you guys do your research. But don't just do basic research. Don't just go by what I say. Don't just go by even what an expert said. Don't just go by what this doctor say, because 9 times out of 10, and as my friend told me, she received 2 different ways of healing and ways of looking at cancer from 2 different doctors. So the information out there is going to be different. You have to know you have to know your body, you have to research the information, and you have to ask your God. And so that's all I'm going to say about that. And tomorrow, yeah, I'm going to come back with that Trump information, because I want to find out more about this nominee called RFK, about whether he's a carnivore and how much he's really going to do toward opening up the doors to us learning more about health, real information, true information, you know? So that's all for now. And like I always say, right down there, hit that like button for me, please. And thank you guys for showing up. Bye.
I said, ooh, mirror, mirror on the wall, I'm now. I said, ooh, mirror, mirror, smoking body.